Let us look at how the effort of local vigilante members is helping to stem the tide of SS of Fulani Militias across the country. I'll be bringing you some video to watch. To start with, I'll be bringing you the video that has to do with a scavenger who was caught and a pump action was discovered in his luggage. That is what have made people talking, wondering why should a scavenger have pump action in his luggage. Thereafter, I'll be bringing you another video. A moment a Fulani man was captured on a motorcycle in Abuja bearing AK-47. All of this you will watch subsequently, shortly after I make some brief analysis. Then I will equally be bringing you a video of a situation where the military successfully rescued or rather prevented the abduction of some Nigerians around Ueli axis of the country. But before we go into all the videos, let me quickly look at this particular news that happened some time ago. A situation where the military arrested some bandits in Kogi State who operate in Benue State. So looking at a situation where some people were operating in Benue State and of course they are arrested in Kogi State, you got to show that the network and operation of these Fulani Militias is already across the country. It's not just restricted within a locality. So we should know that we are dealing with a very formidable force. But let me first of all bring you this video of a moment someone, a Nigerian, captured a Fulani man, or rather some Fulani men on motorcycle bearing AK-47 in the capital center of Nigeria. Watch for yourself.
Kuba Express, as you can see, we Kuba Federal House in here again. I'm looking at me, where you man are nege bukara.
So from what you can understand, it goes to show that these people are already operating with impunity. If a Fulani man can bear arm, not just bear arm in the capital city of FCT, Abuja, openly on a motorcycle, it goes to show that the government must rise to the occasion to protect lives and property, because there is no better way to explain this other than to say this is high level of impunity. Because we understand that it is only the security agencies, the police, the army, the navy, the JSS, name it, that have the power and rights to bear arm lawfully in the society. And before they even bear arm, it must be assigned to you by the authority. Now you have a situation where people who, of course, have no license to bear arm, now bear arm to the point that even in the FCT, they now bear arm openly. I think we should know that we are in for a very big issue. But let me allow you to watch this other video that captured moment a scavenger was caught. Of course, a pump action was discovered in his custody. Watch as we come back to further this conversation.
This one a pop you.
You are welcome back. You can clearly see that the people who we are dealing with in terms of these militias, of course, is a very big issue. But again, let us take attention to Ueli axis of the country, where the military succeeded in stopping the abduction of Nigerians, some Nigerians who were traveling along that route. And of course, at this point, I think we should know that we are dealing with a very formidable force, and that the government should realize that they owe it a responsibility to protect lives and property. It's a responsibility that is incumbent on the government, because whether at the level of the president, at the level of the governors, they are sworn to owe to protect lives and property. I will allow you to watch the video shortly, but the point here is, taking a look at this, the government should realize, going by section 14, section 2B of 1999 Constitution as amended, that it says that the welfare of the people and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. So to that extent, if you are protecting lives and property, it is a responsibility that's incumbent in your office, and it is at the core of governance. Hence, is the Constitution have made it very clear that that is the primary purpose of governance. And we are seeing this issue unabated, happening in every strata of the society. Talk of Ebonyi State, talk of Delta State, talk of Benue, Plateau, talk of Kaduna, and all of that. But meanwhile, watch this video, and as I come back to further this conversation.
If not for the help of Nigerian army, hey, come down. They have kidnapped us. Some people are missing till now. Our properties were taken. Thanks for the soldiers. Our drivers and others are missing. We just dey talk and say these people they worry. Oh, we just dey talk for see. We see on our when we just talk. We say thank God son day we dey talk am. We dey there hear one gunshot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's me, Comedic Andrew, along Patani Ugeli Road. There are serious armed robbers there. Fulani, we saw them clearly. They are Fulani people with guns. They pushed out some people among us. They collected our money. They did a lot of things to us. But thank God to Igbesu for keeping me strong and alive. And thanks also to the Nigerian soldier who came to rescue us. Some people are still missing, but we know they will see them out.
So the point here is the essence of Fulani herdsmen and the activities is a very big issue and concern for Nigerians, because we are seeing it across the length and breadth of the country. Is it at the level of, is it in Ebonyi State? Is it in Enugu State? Is it in Abia State? Is it in Delta State? You can go on and on. Benue, Taraba, Kaduna, particularly Southern Kaduna, Plateau. And we recently continue seeing people rising to give Fulani quick notice. We have seen the recent one that came from Ogoni. As is, before now we are seeing from Idoma and TV, part of Benue State. We are seeing from Taraba. So you got to show that they are the problem, because everybody cannot just be against you if you are not possessing the character they ascribe to you. And again, even if the government at some point will make us to believe that these are foreigners who come from different parts of the country, perhaps Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and all that, and they take advantage of our porous borders. The porous border for me is not an excuse, because we're a sovereign state. There's a government in place. There's a president in place. Governors are there who collectively at their various individual positions have sworn to an oath to protect lives and property. And it behoves on them to do so. So anything to the contrary, not protecting lives and properties of Nigerians, is unacceptable. Because for me, life is sacrosanct. Life is sacrosanct because as human beings, we don't have what it takes to create life. So you must do everything within the ambits of the law, within the power conferred on you by the virtue of the position you occupy to protect lives and property. But again, Nigerians cannot continue to live at the mercy of Fulani herdsmen who bear arms unchallenged. I could remember in the time of Darasi Shako as governor of Taraba State, how he confronted the military when they came to him discussing the issue of disarming his persons in the society. He challenged the authorities that they should first of all go and disarm the bandits, Fulani Militias, who hibernate in the forest, in the bushes, come at the middle of the night, abduct people, maim, kill, and all of that. So the point here is we must think out of the box on how to solve this problem. And how to think out of the box is to think on how to rejig the security architecture. There's every need to overhaul it. For me, the issue of security in Nigeria should be taken away from the exclusive legislative list. As a matter of urgency and necessity, it must be placed in the concurrent list, so that both State House of Assembly and National Assembly can have the power, the right to legislate over the issues of security. We understand that even as the Southwestern states, talking about the 6 states that comprise Southwest, came up with the idea of Amateku, even right from Buhari's administration, they had a challenge, and the challenge was the ability to bear arms. Federal government stood their ground that they do not have power to bear arms. And that is because the State House of Assembly do not have the power constitutionally to make such laws and empower them to bear arms. So if that issue of security is removed from exclusive list, placed on the concurrent list, then after the enactment of the law that established arms, for instance, they cannot be empowered to bear arms. I understand that the issue of arms bearing, procurement, deployment, you need an end user certificate that normally comes from the Office of the National Security Advisor, and even other while they were pursuing issue of Amateku, the then National Security Advisor under Muhammad Buhari could not give approval for such. And again, that brings us to even the statement that came from the governor of Oyo State at the point that the bandits who have been dislodged from the north are already hibernated in southwestern forests. A situation that made the Amateku to raise about 2,000 men then. But the point here is, for you to bear arms to the level of confronting bandits, you must bear arms that is equal or even above what they have. Because we see arms they display on videos that always go viral. The one that happened in San Francisco recently, where even the bandits allege that the person in their captivity is a sibling of the state governor. Though the state government of San Francisco have come out to clarify that it's not the younger brother or the sibling of the governor. But the point is, it's the Nigerians that deserve freedom, that deserve protection. So the authorities must do the needful to ensure that they rescue him unharmed, so that they can be reunited with his family. So, holistically speaking, there's every need to address this issue from the point of strength on the part of government. Not the type we see, or rather we saw, that happened in between Zamfara State government, Katsina State government, and Ada Aleru. A situation where Ada Aleru came to the meeting from a point of strength, negotiating with state governments. I think that is unacceptable, because you must, as a matter of necessity and urgency, possess monopoly of coercive power as a government, as a country. We equally saw the dexterity, the impunity with which the other bandit leader talking about Toji Bello operates in Zamfara. Of course, the government must right to education and protect lives and property. Oluwa, one of Oba. We are looking at what is causing problem of these herders community clashes. There are allegations of traditional rulers collecting money from herders. There's a herdsman who have made this allegation online that if they go to any area, before they can stop to 3 months, that they go and meet the king in the area and pay the king. That if they don't pay, they don't stay, if they hope to stay long. But I hear this one saying the Enoge of Uromi may have collected money. Let us get your own version.
See, God will bless you. First and foremost, good morning to our viewers. We are here again to analyze people of what is really happening. See, we are Nigeria. See, I come a long way. See, yesterday we know the Fulani expert did for yesterday. We say they carry their cow in a peaceful atmosphere. But now it's like they are in a violence move now, because they don't go with weapons. And not to say, not to take it away. See, just like what you have just alleged, because you can't come to a person's house just like that without person giving you the underground of that area. You see what is happening in Plateau, what is happening in Pedro, you see, they are insider. See, just like Uromi, they are insider. The other day after the Uromi massacre, a friend of mine, very close, my brother, he was telling me about the reality of that atmosphere, which is Uromi. He said the knowledge of Uromi, which is the person of Asherem. He said acres, millions of acres, they give to the Fulani express, you understand? Acres, he give acres to the Fulani express to rear their cow unexpectedly. Just your imagine. See, and you know the consequences of that situation. At the end of the day, see what is happening there. They now marry, kidnap, they drove you out of the farm. At the end of the day, those vigilantes now apprehended. Some of them went at the end of the day, they were claiming that they are hunters. See, let us be frank with ourselves. Yoruba say see what is happening in our neighborhood, Nigeria completely. You see, the monarch, they are involved. If they are not involved, those people can never get that superpower to penetrate. See, if you come to my environment, if you're a stranger Scavenger will monitor your movement. We know whether you are right or wrong. We monitor your movement. But at the end of the day, when you now see that the others or the thing in that environment not associated with them. You see, sometimes you will find some those bandits or some those Fulani in the palace of the palace. They happen them there. At the end of the day, they kill the people all in the name of money. Because now, just like Nigeria is watching people money now. See, element of the graceful attitude, the price that people away because of money. At the end of the day, are they going to go to heaven with the money?
But when the NOG perhaps collect money and give land, does he share the money with the people?
You see, when you say share the money to the people, all those I see, there is different type of character. So there's a character that will never even send you message. They do their own on their own. They will mind you. They have men that will mind you if you oppose. You understand? You see, it has been a long time. Atrocity in that atmosphere, that also the name don't ring many times for my ear at the end of all the atrocity. It's a mafia. It's a mafia, and some mafia doesn't care about his own brother, talk less about the community. If you really care about the community that you are living, you are guiding, you have to safeguard their life and property. But in the other side, when you now look and say you are watching people, you compromise. And people will be dying every day. Before you know, millions don't die. So there must be a deep thoughtful investigation about our kings, our Oba, our ballet, because without them giving the knowledge or the assurance, you can't accommodate people that will come and kill. So there's a link between them and the rulers of their communities.
Let me even ask you this question, Olua. There's a place in Edo State where the community, the military is destroying the buildings in the community. Where that man went there recently. And according to people in that community, they say Fulani is killing people and they're fighting Fulani. The military now came in and started destroying people's houses. And according to that man, while he was there, some Fulani came out. He said he used wisdom, that if not for the wisdom he used, I'll speak outside to them, that the Fulani people that came there would have started attacking people. It's like, I don't say it's under siege.
See, the beginning of this violence, the head of it was that Urume 16. If, for example, the government and the people in that community stay together and unite themselves in the rightful line, see, those things will not be occurrence. Just what I'm telling you now. See, the king in that environment, he gives them millions of land. So giving them millions of land, you are not giving them authority to step on your people. It's like they are selling themselves. Without selling themselves, you can't see. They are divided. Each as a whole, there are different parts of it. Me and from you see, in my own environment, I don't think we tolerate those type of atrocities. We don't give.
The same Enoge of Uromi is the same person Oshomole suspended while Oshomole is governor. It's like he's having so many controversies.
You see, I'm telling you, see, my own brother give me the itoto of this man. This man is nowhere to be found. You understand? Keeping that kind of person in a high profile position. The people is in danger.
Does it mean the man like money or what?
See, money is part of it because number one is money, because people want to get trillions because they don't serve the will of the money against the will of the people. You can see Osimole suspended him years ago. See, you can speak on atrocity. Even though my uncle told me a month ago that there was some time they found some criminal inside his palace. Inside palace, they were looking for us. See, that man in my own situation, he had his own claim. See, they should checkmate the situation, check his characteristic, if there is a good thing, because we have support draw everywhere.
If I may go ask this question, you know the other time when we had the issue of Edo 16, you said we cry no more, execute the executor.
Yes.
But now you look as if the executor have taken over Edo State.
It's like the executor, they not give them the upper hand when the number one citizen of a state now went to the palace of the center of Sokoto and not telling and not prostrating, begging. It not allowed the executor to come and invade and apprehend. So you have to stand up and defend yourself. But I know at the end of the day, I don't think they can be able to overpower all of those things because they are men and they are women of caliber and integrity that will stand and say injustice enough of it, because what we are seeing, there are some element inside us that is giving information to them to come and do and undo.
Now, in all of this, what is the role of the Oba Benin in trying to solve the problem?
You see, it's a goal at the days of Oba Benin. You understand what I'm saying? See, you read about the history of the Oba Benin. You see, Oba Benin is one of the respected monarchs in Nigeria traditional constitution. But now, it's like this one now. I don't know whether he have the capacity or he dancing to the dance of illegality. You see, yesterday he said, he said, you see, when he was ruling, the days of Abacha, when the city military administrator says you know what happened? That was a commander, Navy administrator. At the end of the day, he and the family, they were going, they get an accident and they all perish. You see, you can't touch Oba Benin. Before you can even see him, it's difficult. But now, it's like the other politicize everything. So you have to
politicize everything.
Yeah, politicize everything. So it's not fearable anymore. You understand? So the power is not limited.
But the Oba can call the governor to order as the royal father of the state, and maybe advise the governor or others to address it.
You see, you have to do it, but now it's like, you see, when you're bad, you have to, you command, and your command receive instruction and they obey you. But now it's like, this fall apart.
I said the word of this current Oba is no longer an injunction in Edo State.
It's not active as the former was. Let us be frank with ourselves. It's not active. It's like he's a son. Maybe somewhere America, they brought him after the late father, they brought him. So you see, those talented, I don't think he's 100% with him.
Like I will ask this question, what is your advice to the Edo State government, seeing that this is happening to your state?
You see, my advice for him is you should sit tight and let the environment, especially those ologies, call them together. What is really happening? Enter into them, and you will see the truth out of it. Because come before your hand. Because I know that Fulani after that, they say they come with trailers to come and do what? To come and revenge. And you are sitting there and you are opening your eye. Do the needful and peace will reign. Because I don't say it's the habit of Nigeria, but today it's like the house is divided.
What you say do the needful? Does the needful amount to executing the executor?
See, you don't think executing the executor. Let your people, your indigenous, let them be sincere to themselves. Let them erase that monetary apparatus. If because of money you want to, someone will come from nowhere and buy with million. Now you're not giving illegal information to eliminate your people. At the end of the day, everybody is crying. So let us abolish that money system and do the needful and let our people be safe.
I must say, thank you for that. This is a good place to be.
God bless you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. This is South America and Mr. Moscow.